Ye tvaya kirtita gunaha.
Ye tvaya kirtita gunaha.
Mune vakshyamyaham buddhva tairyukta shruyatam naraha.
Mune vakshyamyaham buddhva tairyukta shruyatam naraha.
So bahavaha durlabaha gunaha kirtitaha tvaya. Ye gunaha, these qualities, so many qualities which was asked by you to find a person who's endowed with all of them, very difficult. Remember, in those days, in Treta Yuga, 10,000 years ago, Sage Narada says, very difficult to find somebody who has all the qualities listed by you. So, aham buddhva, let me, smritya, let me remember, is there such a person? Let me remember. Let me recall, vakshyami. Let me recall and talk to you. Shruyatam, may you listen. Shruyatam, may you listen. So, he acknowledges this is not ordinary. Ma mahaviryaha dyutiman dhritiman vashi.
Niyatatma mahaviryaha yutiman dhritiman vashi.
So here he begins. And where does he begin? So, hey Mune, O Muni, O Sage Valmiki, Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabhavaha. So, there is a Vamsha, there is a dynasty. This tradition always protected these names, the dynasty. Like I mentioned earlier about the Gotra, Rishi Gotra. Like that we have those who are born in a dynasty, in the royal clan, in the royal dynasty. Two dynasties has been traced for many generations, and one is called the solar dynasty, the other is the lunar dynasty. We have a very powerful dynasty called Ikshvaku Vamsha. Vamsha is the dynasty. And so we have a very interesting, while you have here Ikshvaku, just the name being presented, Ikshvaku Vamsha, I cannot but take this opportunity and share with you an interesting piece of information. And that is, when Sage Vashishta goes to meet Janaka, say King Janaka in Mithila, and he describes, Vashishta describes Sri Rama as born in this great dynasty, Ikshvaku Vamsha, the dynasty. If you know your dynasty, how far back you can trace your dynasty, it only shows the integrity of your family lineage. Some of us don't even know who are our grandparents, what are their names. There, the dynasty lineage means you are able to trace far back. And Sage Vashishta, in talking about praising Sri Rama to King Janaka in Mithila, describes this amazing dynasty which begins with the very creator Brahmaji himself. And he says, from Brahmaji, this came, his son was Marichi, whose son was Kashyapa, whose son was Vivaswan. And from Vivaswan came Manu. Vivaswan manave praha, Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. So, Vivaswan, his son was Manu, and Manu's oldest son was Ikshvaku. From Brahmaji, it is the 5th generation, Ikshvaku, who became the first Raja of Ayodhya. The first king of Ayodhya is Ikshvaku, and following that many other kings came in the lineage. I have the whole list with me. I don't want to bore you. Lots of names are given there, but some names really stand apart. In the 17th generation was Bharata. Look, in Sri Rama's lineage, his ancestors were not ordinary, they were great ancestors. Significant. Bharata was the 17th generation, and then the 19th generation was King Sagara. And from King Sagara comes the 4th generation from King Sagara is Bhagirath Raja. Who is Bhagirath Raja? He is Sage Rama's ancestor, belonging to the same Ikshvaku Vamsha. And then from there, Bhagirath Raja's grandson was Raghu, King Raghu. And in that there were many more significant kings. 35th generation was Yayati. And you know something? The 38th generation from Brahmaji down, 38th generation is Raja Dasharatha. And therefore, Sri Rama is which generation? He is the 39th generation. So some say 38, some say 39. Okay, now this is a point for debate. I am not interested in debates. You can take whichever one you want. He is the 38th or 39th generation from Brahmaji. And who is he? Ramo nam janai shrutaha. And he is known as Rama. Janaihi manavaihi jnataha. He is known by the people as Rama. And who is he? Why is him? Who is he? Say something about him. Well, what to say? His name itself describes who he is. Rama, the name itself, we will see in the next class, it tells everything. The very name describes who he is. But if you want to know qualities, he is Niyatatma. He is one who has his mind under control. Niyatatma. Mahaviryaha, the very powerful, very powerful person. Dyutiman. He is so radiant. So radiant. There are some people when they walk, when they enter the house, so radiant. You cannot, but your eyes are drawn to them. Sri Rama was Dyutiman, very radiant. And Dhritiman. Dhritiman means one who had no fear. Dhriti is fearless. And so, apat sampadoho avikritihi chittasya dhritihi. Look at that. Whether something is going good, whether something is going bad, his eyebrows don't go up. Ooh, no such thing. He is at peace. He is fearless. He can face anything. And he is Vashi. Vashi means He is one whose senses are in his hands. Not only the mind is mind control, but also sense control. And these are some of the qualities described. We are going to see from this verse on, from verse 8 onwards, up to the 18th verse. This great avatara is described, this great incarnation is described. Valmiki asked 16 qualities. Narada responds with 68 qualities. Valmiki asked only 16 qualities. We thought that itself is too much. But when Narada sage responds, in the next 10 verses, 68 beautiful qualities of Sri Rama are described. Some of them are general, some of them are connected to the valor because he is born in this dynasty, the king royal dynasty, and some of them describe his physical form.